Now we're recording, Jay.
Nice.
All right. So I guess we're calling this Bodybuilding Talk because that's the only name I came up with. So Bodybuilding Talk on Sirius and Silliness. I don't know which one it is. Like, I don't fucking know. So I got my partner, Jason Arns, and the winner of Jason Arns' most recent Muscle Beach NPC show 2022, John Strauss. Thank you.
Congratulations.
John won the overall bodybuilding NPC Muscle Beach.
Well, John, I know for years we go back, and John has made some progress the past few years that you don't commonly see nowadays. You know?
As soon as I saw him, man, as soon as I saw you, like with no shirt on, I was like, I think I said to my niece, because my niece is working with me at the booth. I said, "That's your winner. There you go. That's one. Yeah, winner. That's it."
And there were some good guys up there, but John, and just putting him aside from the rest of the herd, he spent time and put some quality on his physique and came in with a substantial size increase from his previous showings and still maintained really good conditioning. So hats off to you, bro.
Yeah, you look great. You really did. You look fucking really good. What did you weigh on stage?
219.
Okay.
Muscle Beach, Atlantic States, June 6th. I was 207.
Oh wow. Okay. Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right. And how tall are you?
5'10".
All right.
Are you?
Yeah, standing straight up 5'10".
Yeah. Sure. All right. Pretty cool. So give your store a plug because you got a supplement store down South Jersey.
I do. Inspire Nutrition. It's right outside McGuire Air Force Base. Opened April 15th. Basically started the military. The military base is right across the street. I can throw the C4 and literally hit the base. So,
dude, you said C4 and you were going to hit a military base. You realize that, right?
Not a good.
We can cut that out.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, no, I actually took a ride down when you, I don't know. How long were you open when I took a ride down? I don't even remember. I was off that Friday. You were open only a few weeks, right?
Yeah, it was fairly new, super new.
Yeah. So I took a ride down. I picked up some protein and hung out a little bit. He's got a lot of good shit. And of course, he has Arns' products. I Prevail Sups.
Only the best in Inspire Nutrition.
That's right. That's right. So I have one thing to actually say. I have to make an apology to somebody. So I had a booth at Jason Arns' your show, Jay, and I fucking loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was great.
Dude, there was some good attendance, right? I mean,
yeah.
Go ahead. I'll get to my thing in a minute. Go ahead.
By the end of the night, I had like 20 new subscribers. Like I was literally saying, just sign up, just subscribe to my channel. I'll give you a shirt. And that's what basically was going on. Right. But I had a blast. Loved it. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, your family, your beautiful family, your wife is aces. Your kids are beautiful. The whole thing. Loved it. So what happened was I had this girl on my channel. She's a personal trainer. She's competing in the North Americans in 3 weeks. She looks fantastic. Her name is Jessica Falborn. She's a trainer at Signature Fitness. And when I had her on a couple of months ago. And I said, "Oh, listen, I might be having a booth." I was like, "Do you want to work?" And she goes, "When is this?" I said, "July 30th." So she goes, "Okay, I'll work." I said, "Okay, cool." That was before she started her prep. So then she started her prep. And, we always kept in touch and see each other at the gym and shoot the shit, blah, blah, blah. And it was a great fucking podcast I did with her. Really informative. She's a wealth of knowledge, and she's like, "I'm really, dragging ass. I'm only a few weeks out and I'm exhausted." And I'd be like, you'll do good and so on and so forth. And every time I talked to her, she would kind of like say, "Yeah, I'm dragging ass. It's getting to me and blah, blah, blah." So I wasn't direct with her. It was my fault. I should have said, "Do you still want to do work at the booth?" But I didn't. What I did was I said to myself, she probably doesn't want to do the booth. So I called my cousin and I said, "You want to work?" Because I figured she didn't want to work. I should have been direct and just said, "Are you still working or not?" But I didn't. So my cousin Fran was like, "Yeah, no problem. I'll be there, whatever." So the day before, she messages me and she goes, "I need a shirt for tomorrow." And I went, "Oh, was like, I already have somebody. She goes, I told you I was working. So I apologized. And I said, well, come anyway. I was like, just come, I'll, work the booth, just come anyway. So she goes, no, I'll skip it, so on and so forth. So it was completely my fault. It was a misunderstanding. And now she doesn't talk to me anymore.
Really?
So, yes. So if I
in my show, people take it serious.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Fucking prestige, prestige night.
Yeah, I apologized to her. I told her to come anyway. She goes, no, if you already have somebody, forget it. The next day I apologized to her again. I said, I'm really sorry. Yeah.
You're blocked. You're fucked.
I know. I'm on the shit list with her. So then I saw her at the gym twice, once yesterday and once today, and she didn't say hello to me or anything like that. And she's 3 weeks from the North American, so I get it. But if anybody from Signature Fitness is watching this, please tell her I apologize. They'll want to be friends. I hate when girls don't like me. It drives me crazy, especially when it's my fault.
Right.
Anyway, so basically that's that. So I'm going to bring up something else, but I'm not apologizing. This one's not an apology. This one is not even an explanation. So I did a video, I don't know if you guys saw it, called Top Signs, just myself, talking. I said, top signs a woman is.
Oh, girl. Yeah.
Yeah, a 304, right? So apparently one of John Strauss's friends who was at the show, who was very nice, saw it and got a little bit offended. She really didn't get offended. She just messaged me, and she kind of was like that passive aggressive, like it's a double standard. And if she messaged me twice. The first time it's a double standard. Men are studs and women are whores and so on and so forth. Then she messaged me a second time, and she goes, I saw it, and I could tell you things that would crush your reasoning, and she almost like wanted a debate. And I was like, look, I'm not going to debate you. I was like, it's my channel. I actually sent John the message. I said, it's my channel. I was like, you could start your own channel and talk about men if you want to, because this is not up for debate. So do you guys quickly, because it's only like 10 of them, you guys quickly want to hear?
Yeah.
The what I consider the top signs of if a girl is promiscuous or not?
Sure.
All right. So I'll just run it down. And I don't think anything's like really surprising. There's one that might be a little bit, but like the first one was a girl who's a heavy drinker, right? Like she's always drunk, right? So to me, that's like a red flag that, she's easy, right? Because their guard is always down, Yeah. The next one is a girl who travels alone, but not a girl that like has a corporate job and she's got to go do some expo for her firm. But like a girl that's got an attractive girl that's got a mediocre job and she's always in Las Vegas or Miami or Dubai. And she's taking and all the party places.
The three top party sexual places in the
exactly. And she's and there's only pictures of her, right? Somebody's taking the goddamn pictures and somebody's flying her out, right? So the other one is if she has an OnlyFans link or a Cash App link at the top of her Instagram,
right?
Like, all right. So that's self-explanatory. If you have sex with her and there's absolutely no emotional attachment with her after that, like she just ghosts you, like she's just like, it's this guy, like,
right?
Because generally there's a big attachment after you have sex with a girl, right? So the other one was, if you meet a girl at a bar or a club and you're hanging out and you take her home, or you take her to your place, but she gets in the car like real comfortable, like let's go, like.
Yeah, she's never done this before.
Yeah, exactly. yeah.
Never done this before.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and when a girl has like nothing but guy friends, no girlfriends, all guy friends, and she goes, I can't hang out with girls. I'm like one of the guys.
Yeah.
That's no good.
That is a little suspect.
Yeah, I think so. A girl who works in the stripper go-go bar, bartender at the go-go bar kind of nightlife thing, right? And a girl who slept with a celebrity, and because I dated a girl once that worked at Scores. I don't even know if Scores is still there. I have no idea. You remember Scores, John? It's the strip club in New York City. No,
that's
you were probably in jail at that point.
Yeah.
So she worked at Scores, and she she would get text messages, and this is back when the flip phone, and you had to hit the fucking
Pagers. She had a pager.
Yeah. It hit the number like 12 times to get to the A and the B and the
I text.
Yeah.
Right.
Mace used to text her, and I'm like, she's like, oh, he's a friend. I'm like, he's not a friend. He either banged him or he's trying to bang him.
Right.
The only one that I threw in that was a little bit like suspect, but because it was from my own experience. Well, they're all from my own experience. But if her apartment, her car, and or her phone is a disaster, like if her apartment is a mess, if her car is a mess, and if her phone is cracked, to me that shows that you have like to me it shows that you if the little things in your life are a mess, then the bigger things in your life are going to be a fucking mess. And the other two, which is like if she has kids. So I was like, the other one was like if she never has a problem finding time, you know, and she has kids. And the other one is if you meet her kid like immediately.
Right.
So those are all the signs. And then I had to put a disclaimer before that. I put a whole disclaimer, right, about how it's not that I hate women and it's not that I disrespect women.
Just your view.
It was just that I respect women. And I actually, let me finish, Jay. Don't freak out. I actually used your wife as an example. So what I said was, I can tell within one interaction or one conversation whether I'm going to respect a woman or not. And I said, I had a booth at my friend's bodybuilding show. I met his wife. And immediately within the first conversation, I knew this was a woman I was going to respect. Yeah.
You knew she was a stripper.
Yeah.
I met her on a pole. Years ago. And to be honest, to touch on that, one of the first things that attracted me to her when I met her is I met her in a gym.
Yeah.
Dude, she didn't talk to anybody.
Right.
She didn't talk to anybody. At the time, these two guys I was training with, oh, she's so hot, I'm going to go ask her out. She goes to the first guy goes up to her, he comes back. I was like, dude, what happened?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, dude, she said she doesn't date guys from the gym, whatever. I'll get her.
No, you won't.
So a couple months go by, we were like, and I had always talked to her, like we always said hi, we were cordial to each other, never anything, out of place. But we were friendly. She's like, your training partner came over and like asked me out the other day. She goes, it was fucking weird. I was like, what did he say? She's like, oh, he gave me his card, expecting me like I was just going to call him. And I said, oh, would you see? Because I don't date guys from the gym. It's not my thing. I said, okay, whatever. So he leaves, and it's a couple months later. I'm not training with him anymore. I'm training with the guy that was our second partner. And he's like, dude, I'm going to go ask her out. I think she's so pretty. He comes back and says, dude, what happened? He's like, she said that, oh, thank you, I appreciate it, but I don't take guys from the gym and blah, blah, blah. So like the next day she comes over, she's like, I felt so bad. He was so like, delicate about it, and he was so nervous. She's like, but I told him I don't take guys from the gym, and and then like a couple weeks later we started dating. So
yeah.
All right. She was selected.
Yeah, but you could, as soon as I spoke to her and as soon as I saw her with you and the kids, I was like, I had you could tell when a woman is like motherly and compassionate and a ride or die chick with her husband, and you could tell immediately with her. And when I get that impression, I respect that woman tremendously. You're very welcome. So, all right, I could tell you one quick funny story in the gym, and this was a while back, and then we'll get to John and his prep before Muscle Beach. So I used to go. This is when I was living in Staten Island, and I used to see this girl with I always had a baseball hat, a bandana, and a baseball hat on top of it. Right? She had like a very sexy figure, like curvy. I always like curvy girls, But you could tell she worked out. She was there all the time, and her and I would always shoot the shit and bullshit and blah blah blah. Right? So she one day we're doing cardio together, and I asked her to get together. I was like, yeah, you want to get together, whatever. And she goes, no, I have a boyfriend. And I just went, don't worry. I'm not a jealous guy. She laughed. It's like, no, really, I have a boyfriend. It's like, all right, don't worry about it. Maybe another time, whatever. Fast forward a couple weeks later, I'm talking to the guy behind the counter. I forgot the name of the gym. Synergy. It's in Synergy Gym. Right? Yeah. And talking to the guy behind the counter, and she comes walking in, and she was very nice. And she said hello to me, and I said hello. I think her name was Tara. Yeah, I think her name was Tara. Whatever, doesn't matter. So she goes, the guy behind the counter goes, I feel really bad for that girl. And I'm like, why? Right? And she goes, because she has alopecia And I had no idea what alopecia was at the time. First time I ever heard of it. And I go, what is that? And he goes, her hair falls out. That's why she always has the bandana and the hat on. He goes, if you see her out, she wears a wig. And my first thought was, oh man, that sucks. My second thought was, I got shot down by a girl with no fucking hair. I mean, how far down on the pole do I have to go to get some pussy? Like, what, I got to date?
Dude, that's horrible.
I got to date amputees. Is that what I have to do?
Because she has alopecia, it doesn't mean she holds herself with low self-esteem.
You can't handle all of this.
Yeah. It was too much. You probably had a head full of hair at the time, and it was
no. Yeah, he had a beard. Anyway, yeah, listen. I don't think anybody's gotten shot down more than me. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I literally before I was married, it got to the point where I just knew I was going to get shot down, but I would just fucking try anyway.
You found one.
Yeah. She put up with me. All right, John, how did you put on 10 pounds from the Atlantic States to Muscle Beach and still stay in that same condition?
Totally transparent.
Sure.
Lantus. Insulin. That's like a miracle. That was it.
Really?
Yeah, that was it. I was at like probably 800 to 900 grams of carbs daily.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That was
the only thing we changed. I was scared I was going to get fat. I really was. I've never ran Lantus before, but that was like, I'm not lying. I can't wait to hop back on it again and see what a year does of it.
For people who don't know what that means or what he's referring to, so John was taking a product that helps retain glycogen in the muscle cells. So it's a type 2 diabetic type of medicine. People with type 2 diabetes. It enriches your glycogen retention. But one thing, you can't just have that effect, John, all the time. What you had going in your favor was that you're coming off of prep. You're already lean. You're already in great conditioning. So the ability to put on body fat at that time was highly unlikely. So if you would have went into your first prep doing that, you might have had a struggle getting into shape. But because you rebounded with it, I think it had a greater effect on what you're going to do with it. I don't think somebody normally could get away with that, but because he was already shredded, now to introduce it, his metabolism's already racing. That roller coaster is already going. Once it's going, you could pretty much introduce things like that and not have the worry or the side effect of retaining fat as much.
I was worried.
Yeah, so he knows because normally it would do something like that.
Yeah, I was worried.
Because of him being in But because of him being in great condition already, he was able to get away with it.
And I was also sneaking in a lot of calories. I started getting ready April 15th for that show, up to the Atlantic States. And I was still we were doing 600 grams of carbs a day, daily at that. My body most people, if they don't, they would have got fat. My body it burns calories.
It's rare. It's rare you see people, preparing. And John, I've prepped you years ago, and we've never taken that approach. So your body's always different. He was able to get away with it. Hopefully, it does make the diet a lot easier. It was
the best prep ever. I was enjoying it. There was no starvation at all.
Shit, man. Every time I fucking did a show, not that I did many, I did 4. I wanted to kill somebody by 3 weeks out. It was ridiculous. At
some points I was stuffed. I was like, I can't even eat any more food.
Really?
Yeah, it was insane. I did cardio for 3 weeks towards the end. That was it.
Wow. Yeah. Lucky, man. I was always I put on body fat quick if I don't watch,
I would have never,
most people
never done that by myself. Though. I would have bet all the money in my bank account I was going to turn into a fat shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, that actually leads me to the first bodybuilding gossip. I am not afraid to say I'm becoming a huge Nick Trigili fan. He delivers gossip like nobody's business. And literally, I check my phone every morning to see if he puts out a new video because this motherfucker and he did one, and I I wanted you guys' opinion because I don't understand it. But what happened was, it seems like that's exactly what Roman Fritz did. Did you hear about this?
Well, which one was this?
All right, Roman Fritz did the Tampa Pro, and he didn't do well. He didn't break the top 10. You guys know who Roman Fritz is, right? He's the German bodybuilder.
I like him. He's usually pretty
Yeah,
steady.
he did not look. Apparently, he had insane injuries. I think he had either a hip replacement or broke a hip. He had bad injuries, and then like he healed up and wanted to jump on stage immediately. And so let me just show you. So I'm going to go on Nick Trigili's YouTube channel because he broke it down, right? But in order to escape copyright infringements, we have to like pause it every few seconds and talk about what he just said. But it's pretty straightforward. So what happened was Roman Fritz, the day before and the day of the contest, the amount of food this guy was eating, but it was all garbage. It was all garbage. And I can't even begin to explain the amount of food. This was like a Dave Palumbo off-season late 90s fucking. I just gorged myself with food. It was unbelievable. And I didn't understand the process, but it might be exactly what you said, John, but I really want Jay's opinion. Let's see. And you guys should be able to hear everything. All right, you guys can see this?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's see. Here we go. So here's Roman Fritz, right?
The food we're gonna take down tonight.
Can you hear that?
We got a couple cookies here, white chocolate macadamia.
Immediate red flag.
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So here we go.
I don't suggest anybody carb up on cookies and sugar and cake and pies. Stick to carbohydrates that you are eating during your prep. You don't want to introduce these foods 2 days before your show because realistically, you don't know how your body's going to absorb them, digest them, how your body's going to respond to the carbohydrates, how fast you're going to absorb them, how much water you're going to hold. You have no fucking clue.
Is that accurate, Jay?
Absolutely.
Okay. So here we go. Watch this. The amount of food is just insane.
This is cereal, more cookies, 3 apple pies, a quarter ice cream, this coconut milk.
I eat dairy now because I'm not.
And that's just the start of it. Like it keeps going, right? Let's see. Let me.
Bodybuilding. But the last thing things up.
And then a bunch of cream of rice. We obviously are not going to eat all of those today.
I sure fucking hope not, Roman.
But this is the food I'm going to take down. And
this
fucking
is Lumen,
give me a second.
the first device for hacking your metabolism. With just one breath,
All right, here
And
we go.
yeah, I'm going to be in a food coma. See you later.
This has just begun. Like that is.
Okay, what do we do? We lost John?
Oh shit, where is he?
I don't know. He's got to hit the link again. He'll come back. So what do you, I mean, this, you got, it goes on and on and on. The amount of food he was taking in. I mean, it's insane. Let me see. Watch, here's Rice Krispie treats. It just keeps going. The amount of food and there's more. Hold on, wait. And then there's pasta. You know, I don't get it. I don't.
You get John back on?
Yeah, we'll get him. I'll text him. I'll message him. But hit the link again. Hit the link again and come back in. Anyway, what do you think? Like that went on for 2 days of him eating like that. What is that all about?
To be honest, the logic is, your body's a sponge. You're going to absorb it all. So for years, you've heard people say, I look so much better a day after the show, or after I ate, or after I pigged out. I look better. You don't look better. You look fuller, harder, vascular, this and that, but you're not under the bodybuilding stage lights.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely fucking different. You don't have your lines are blurred. You're not as grainy. You're not as separated. There's the little fine tuning and that extra detail you get from being dehydrated and being slightly depleted makes you look so much bigger on stage. You might look bigger and fuller in a gym photo or under the sun or in your camera, but the reality is you're not going to look better doing stuff like that under the lights completely different. So for guys, that don't know any better, they introduce all these fats and sugars and carbs and salts and this and that. And the reality is you can get away with doing stuff like that, but you have to cut out this shit food. If you feel like you need more carbs, take in more carbs, but take in the carbs that you're already eating so your body doesn't react poorly to them. If you need extra sodium, I had a cheeseburger and fries, because I needed sodium and fat. No, dude, add some extra natural peanut butter, add some pink Himalayan sea salt, or just increase your sodium levels. Drink a little fucking water. Like this is what got you into the condition you're getting. Now you're drying out, taking diuretics, cutting your water, and everything's going wrong. It's going the other way. So people freak out and automatically start pigging out as a reaction to them not really knowing what to do under these circumstances. When the reality is, look at it in perspective, okay? This is what's causing you to go this way. You just got to counteract that. But Nick was right, eating sugars and dairy. I mean, look, it might fill you up, but you're going to have a food allergy effect from everything you're eating. One, because you're not used to it, you haven't eaten it. And two, it's fucking dairy.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck was I going to say? I would have, again, that's what I was going to say. He's a top professional, though. I mean, he is a IFBB pro.
So what happened in the show? How did he look so bad?
He looked horrible. I don't know.
What happened?
Yeah. I don't know, but does it have anything to do with insulin use? Is that possibly why he ate so much?
So he's eating all these carbs because he's taking insulin, and he's figuring that the insulin is going to shuttle all these carbs into his muscle cells, which some of it will. However, your muscle cells can only retain so much glycogen. With the amount of carbs he's eating, where does he think that glycogen is going to go? It's going to get pushed into your fat cells.
Right.
It's going to get pushed subcutaneously. It's going to absorb water. You're going to hold water subcutaneously.
How does somebody at his level not know that, though?
For all those carbs, they hold 4 times the amount of weight in water. Your gut's going to be distended.
Right.
All that food needs to be processed. Needs to be stored, utilized, or burnt out, or burnt off.
Right.
You're not going to get away with doing that. And using insulin before a show, not a good idea.
You think he panicked? Is that what it was?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he did. Maybe this is what he does, and maybe it finally caught up. Maybe just like what John, did at the Muscle Beach. He got away with it this time. He might not get away with it again.
Right.
Maybe he's gotten away with this before, but sooner or later, dude, you might have things in your favor where you're able to get away with that. Maybe you took an extra diuretic. Maybe you were so flat and so depleted and so dehydrated. But I saw pictures of him getting spray tan. Like, he was in shape, dude. He was ripped.
Who, Roman Fritz?
Yeah.
Yeah, but once he was on stage, if you see pictures of him on stage, though.
So from there, getting spray tanned to then him carving up with that shit, that's what went wrong.
I mean, he didn't break the top 10 in Tampa.
Well, and if you told me he ate these foods and then you told me he was in the top 5, I would have been fucking shocked.
Yeah, right.
I would have been shocked.
Yeah. It's on, it's just.
If you would have told me what John was doing preparing for the show without actually seeing him, I'm like, he's not going to be in shape.
Right.
Because chances are the odds are not going to work in your favor if you're doing that stuff.
Yeah, and he even said it. I don't know where he is. I messaged him. All he has to do is click the link and come back in, but I don't know. I mean, hold on. Let's see. Try again. Come on, this fucking thing, man. All right, whatever. I messaged him. Let's see what happens. Anyway, yeah. So okay, we got that out of the way because that blew me away. So apparently Nick Walker is 302 pounds now, and he's 5'7". Wow. Yeah. But that's not even the best part. Is Big Ramy is 336.
What?
Yeah, he's 336 pounds. Big Ramy. I mean, and he's still like, tight. I know he's about 5'10", but that is just is that too much?
Yeah.
You think? Yeah. You think it's too much?
You were at my show, right?
Yeah.
Where were most of the people competing in? What division?
Oh, right. Yeah, they're always in the light heavies, middleweight.
Well, not even that, but classic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So the main attraction now seems to be geared towards classic, which is kind of the look from years ago.
Yeah. Well, that's why they call it classic. Sure.
So like last year's Olympia lineup, you take those guys, top 8, top 9 guys, getting bigger isn't going to help them. If they were more streamlined, they would have placed higher. It seems like they're just going the other way.
Yeah, I think the big guys try to play to their strengths, and the guys that are aesthetic try to play to their strengths. And then every once in a while, you get somebody that's evenly balanced, like a Brandon Curry or a Samson Dowder or something like that. But the problem, I don't know what Big Ramy does, but the problem is, he literally needs Chad and Dennis James to hold his hand, right, and walk him through the prep. Otherwise he just doesn't do what he needs to do. And I don't know. I know he's been that big before off season. I don't know what he's going to look like this Olympia, but a lot of people are doubting he's going to three-peat. But I don't know. I think if he comes in like, last year, I think he wins again.
Well, it depends who else shows up. I mean, to be honest, if he comes in like last year and this guy's slightly better, I don't think he's going to repeat.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah.
I mean, there's
a lot of young blood coming up. Man.
Yeah.
And
good talent coming up.
Chris Aceto said on RX Muscle, he doesn't put Nick Walker any less than third in the Olympia.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said on RX Muscle. He said he saw him at the Tampa Pro. He said he looked like he was 400 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's 302 at 5'7". Yeah, he's just a freakazoid. It's just unbelievable. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know where John is. I messaged him again, so hopefully he fucking decides to come in. But whatever, doesn't matter. So what'd you think at Tampa? Did you think they should have gave it to Kamal, or do you think it was a good call that Akim got it?
Ooh,
I know.
Tough. Tough.
Yeah. Well, my opinion is I had shared the same opinion as Dave Palumbo. He said that he thinks that when Kamal announced that he wasn't going to do the Open.
Wait, hold on. It's Strauss. Hold on.
When's this Friday?
That's what happened?
What the hell happened?
So a truck hit a power line right in front of him. The ambulance is there now. He's like, yeah. And so we'll reschedule him for.
Only him, man. Really.
Well, holy shit! Really? Yeah, I can barely hear you anyway. Can you hear me? All right, so we'll reschedule and get you on. We'll do it again, next week or in a few days or whatever. We'll have to redo it. Yeah, fuck.
I'm gonna
We zoom him in any on the phone.
If you can click the link on his phone and just fucking come in on.
Oh,
his phone.
he can't get internet.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you. He's got to click the link. I could resend him the link if he gets internet access.
Yeah, so it's going to be a while.
Forget
so
it.
We'll let us finish this up and we'll redo it. Yeah. All right, I'll call you back. Yeah, dude, we just vanished from the screen. We didn't know what happened.
Yeah. We call him the Phantom. If he turns pro, that's going to be his nickname.
Probably. No,
I'm totally not deleting that. People are gonna love that shit. So, good. I can't. So a truck hit a power line outside his building.
It hit the phone tower and fucking wiped everything out. He's got no power, no nothing.
Jesus Christ, man. Oh man.
I guess it's all Wi-Fi out there.
Well, just I don't know. Who the fuck knows? But
so what did Dave Palumbo say with Akim's place?
I actually agreed with him. I actually had this opinion before he said it. When he said it, I was like, fuck, I thought the same thing. Kamal had announced he wasn't going to do the Open in the Olympia. He said he was still going to do the 212. So my opinion is that they didn't want to give up that spot, so they gave it to Akim. But I don't know. But the thing is, look, I mean, it's not like Akim was like in Akim shape. He was typical Akim. I mean, he out muscles everybody. His shape is great. He out muscles. The amount of size on him is amazing. But he wasn't chiseled. But Kamal comes in fucking shredded. I mean, my opinion is he probably should have won, but it might have been like a political move. What do you think?
I think he could have won. I mean, he could have won.
Everybody at the show, because Aceto trains Kamal, and right after the show, they do that overnight live feed,
right.
And Aceto was fuming because he really thought he won, and he ran off a list of people at the show. He must have ran around asking people, "Who do you think won?" And everybody had Kamal winning. I mean, everybody.
Right.
And they gave it to Akim. Listen, it's not like Akim's a shit bodybuilder or anything like that. I mean, he's Akim Williams, right? I thought Kamal should have won. I wasn't unhappy that Akim lost, but I was like,
where did Akim place last year in the Olympia?
Let's see. I think he was. I'm pretty sure he broke the top 10, but he didn't do as good as the year before.
Right.
Let's see. I'm pretty sure he was either. I think he was 8th, right behind what's his name.
Yeah, I think he was 8th.
I think he was
7th, or he was 8th or something.
Nick was 5th. Ian was 7th.
Ian was 7th.
Ian was 7th, and I think he was 8th. Let me see.
He didn't acquire any points from last year. He had to recall.
No, yeah. So he got the win. Yeah.
Yeah. So even placing 2nd, he would have had to probably do one more show.
That's right. Yeah.
Which there's the Texas, which the lineup in Texas
is deep.
You can win that one. No, but
yeah, you're right. You're right. It's not. It's a lot of new guys. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, a lot of new guys, dude. There's no big names. You have your boy.
Kuklo.
Yeah, who if he shows up, but his last showing, I don't know. So that could have been something that he could win.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. So it might be a political push. Like they wanted.
I don't know.
They didn't want to give the spot away to somebody who wasn't going to do the Open. I don't know why Kamal wouldn't do the Open if he got the win because he's qualified. Why not? You're 51 years old. You're already 212 Mr. Olympia. He already said that he might do one more show next year. That's about it.
That's it, right? And he's retired.
And he's done. So why not go out and see how good you do with the big boys? Fuck it, I mean, what else you got to prove, But yeah, as far as the Texas Pro goes, I mean, the only big name is, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a relatively deep lineup, but there's a lot of new blood.
Right.
So it's not like there's a lot of veterans in it. So Kuklo is the only veteran. So it's probably his show to lose. But then you got Kamal, who's doing the Texas again. And if Kuklo's in shape, I don't think they're going to give it to Kamal if they didn't give it to Akim, if they didn't give it to him in Tampa against Akim. But then you have all these new guys, Quentin Araya, Andrew Jack, everybody who wants this, and Martin Fitzwater. I'm excited to see what Martin looks like.
I don't know him.
Martin, I interviewed him. Martin Fitzwater is Branch Warren and Brian Dobson are training him. He's out in Texas. Let me see. I'll just look him up right here so people could see. Where are you? Oh, wrong one. Sorry. There we go. Okay. So let's go to Martin Fitzwater. Where is he? There he is. Let's see.
Oh shit, I know him.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah,
He's young too.
Yeah, he's only like let's see. There we go.
Right?
Yeah, he's only like, I think he's 25 or something like that. And you know, he's pretty damn good, you know.
Yeah, the kid's got tremendous potential.
Yeah, absolutely. And for some reason, he had a little problem with Nick during the beginning of the year, but he actually apologized to him.
Really?
Yeah, they had some online beef. We talked about it when I interviewed him, you know. But they according to him, they never got along. And he said something terrible, like if Nick keeps going the way he's going to die, or something to that effect. But don't quote me.
Right.
And then he realized what he said, and he actually apologized to Nick, and he made a public apology on his Instagram. And when you're accountable like that, and you go, I shouldn't have said that. Listen, we all say shit we don't fucking want to say, but if you come out and you apologize publicly and you say, like, I shouldn't have said that, it was, and he did it again when I interviewed him. He's like, I shouldn't have said it. It was bullshit. I was just pissed off. He goes, I totally apologized to him, and I was wrong. I mean, and once you say that, I mean, you kind of manned up, you know. That's really it. But everybody is kind of wants to see what Andrew Jack looks like, because this guy is massive. I think he's over 6 foot tall. Do you see what he looks like?
Yeah, pull him up. Can you pull him up?
Yeah. He is just, man, I think he's got a little bit more to fill out. But I mean, it's like, let's see. Because he's so tall, but he's in shape though. He's in better shape now than he was when he turned pro. Let's see. Let's put it, maybe we got his Instagram. There we go. Cool. There we go. I mean, there he is with the flex.
Oh, I saw him. Yeah, I saw that picture. Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty impressive, to be honest with you. That's the only picture. Let's go back. You know, and even his back shots are pretty impressive, you know.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's Kuklo's show to lose, to be honest with you. I think if he comes in 90%, 95%, he's going to take it.
See, but you know, shows like this are good to see when you have this new blood. Everybody's named for themselves. They're all hungry. This is the shit that I like seeing. This is when guys get really competitive, and they all have other past competitors backing them, prepping them, getting behind them, which means, you know, everybody's got some skin in the game here. So there's more at stake. Right. This guy, I know, Steve, you know, for Steve to make some pretty good comments about him, you know, hey.
Hey, you're fucking back, bro.
Someone hit a fucking pole outside. Fucking fire out front.
Really?
Cars, fire trucks, ambulances everywhere.
Ambulances? Oh, shit. A motherfucking ambulances outside.
And I guess this place is so bumblefuck nowhere. They all run off Wi-Fi. So I didn't have a cell phone signal. I still don't have a cell phone. I got no service on my phone.
So how'd you get on? Were you on your laptop?
Wi-Fi's on. Like we got Comcast.
Right. Oh, okay, good.
So if something happens to me, I can't call anybody.
So we were just talking about the Texas Pro.
Fuck, dude. My bad.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Piece of shit out there. It's like fuck crashing into a pole on a straight road.
Yeah. Right. Only you. Like yeah. It's unbelievable. For those of you who don't know, what kind of shop was your supplement shop before it was a supplement shop?
It was a smoke shop. A lot of weed stuff.
Yeah. Do you remember this when we first met? Well, how long ago do we meet? Like 5-6 years ago?
Yeah, because I met from Expediting his shows.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where you met on my show?
Yeah. I think it was your show, or I think it might have been your show.
It's the glue that binds us all together.
I'm telling you, man. But do you remember this? I don't know if you remember this. This happened maybe, I don't want to exaggerate, maybe 1 or 2 times.
Is that the year Mikey cut his hand open?
I remember that.
He did it twice.
Mike who?
Mikey from New York, from Poughkeepsie.
I don't remember. I remember I cut my thumb. Yeah, I cut my thumb at your show. I was with Andrea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember that, but I just wrap it up. Whatever. Yeah, we bleed for your show, son. We bleed.
Hard work, dude. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
But John, do you remember this? Like, there would be a couple of times that I would text you and you didn't answer me back, and like the next day I would call you, and you would pick up, and I knew you'd pick up, but you didn't say anything. Probably
arguing my fucking ex-wife at the time. And that's why I didn't answer you.
But you would pick up the phone, and then I'd be like, John, and you go, hey, what's up, dude? Like, you'd pick up and not say hello.
Maybe I thought you were the cops or something. I feel you out a little bit.
Hey. All right.
I remember we would expedite these shows, and you would just like fuck with these competitors sometimes. You would just say the most wildest shit to them. Cracking up. I'd be cracking them. I remember there was one guy, we were sitting at the table checking these guys in, and there was this one dude. He was not ready. He was just not. He wasn't ready.
Yeah.
He was just like saying some. Oh, and I was looking at you. You were just saying some shit, and it was so passive aggressive. I don't think he knew if you were serious or joking. I was just cracking the fuck up, and you were just so serious. Basically, how this guy was not ready. It was some physique guy. I remember he had a derm on his face. You were like, "Is that piercing in your face?"
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you the story of how I stopped expediting. A guy told me not to come back to the night show.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
All it takes.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, Guy Del Corso was a very, very dear friend, and one of the first gyms I went to when I moved to New Jersey. It was Guy's gym. It was there for like a million years, whatever. He runs everything for the NPC and some of the IFBB shows too, right? Yeah. He's actually in the Olympia every year doing it backstage. And I got into an argument with a girl over a cell phone.
Really?
Yeah.
You, only you.
Yeah. I don't even remember what it was, but it was an argument with a girl over the cell phone. And I went to get something to eat, and I texted him, I'll be back in whatever time. And he wrote back, you don't have to come back. And I went,
that's the beginning of the end.
That was it. That was the last time I ever did it.
It was your kiss of death.
It was a wrap after that. Yeah. What are you going to do? Anyway. So what do you,
fun, man?
Oh yeah, that's that. Yeah. Oh, that was the year. There was one show we did, not Jay's show, but they gave me the microphone.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And I was hazing people from the microphone.
It was fun. You were just off the wall.
There was one guy who had a picture of him when he was fat on his shirt, and I guess he lost a lot of weight. And he had a picture. Like he wasn't in shape for a show, but you know how fat people do. They lose weight and they think they can do a bodybuilding show.
Yeah.
And he had a shirt and a picture of him of when he was fat on his shirt, and he wore it to the show. And
look at you mock out. So, dude, like, you know what? I used to have a very similar thought process in this, because I was always a competitor, and I took it to the extreme, and I wanted to compete at the highest level and so forth. And then you come down to the smaller shows and you realize now that I'm retired and I'm still promoting, and the hardcore athletes, there's not as many of them as there used to be, right?
Right.
So you think, and as I'm getting older, and you find something, you have to find something that drives you. We all do. You reach a certain point where you can't do what you used to do, but you still have that fire in you, right? Some guys have never done it, so something I'm big on now is I feel as if everybody should be competing in something, because John, we've talked about this, that it gives you more focus when you're regimented, when you have a goal, everything in your life just seems to work out better. You know what I mean? You're structured, right? You're on a routine. You can't fucking divert from this routine. This is your structure of your day, but you seem to get everything else done in order because you can't deviate from your plan. Mm-hmm. And I used to look at some of these guys like, dude, what the fuck are you doing on stage?
Yeah.
But they're not approaching this for the same reason I was, or John is, or you were when you did it. they're doing it because it gives them that drive. And I have more respect for people like that now than I ever did, because like I said, as you get older, you start realizing things get taken away. And then one thing that'll always make you a better person and it'll always keep your life in order is structure, discipline, and having something to compete in and something to make you proud of and something to make your loved ones proud of you for. So I can't laugh at shit like that anymore,
Okay, I will though.
I can't. Fuck that shit. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet.
I'm not there yet. You guys are people that bust their balls, like literally bust their shit. And then, okay, you're fat and you lost weight. Well, go take a picture and post on Instagram. Go to the beach and go wear a bathing suit. When you're standing next to people that literally
are trying to qualify for the nationals, right?
Near death. But dude, what is that? They're not going to get in your way.
That's true.
That's
wait. What about that one kid last year or the year before who showed up at the nationals, and he was like fat?
That's disrespectful.
Did you remember that? He must have.
If he qualified to be there, and I remember that guy actually qualified to be there.
Yeah,
that's the problem. They got to fix that. That's why in sports,
that's what you got to fix.
They have A, they have B, they have C, they have.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
They should have all right, dude, you're not at the varsity level. Like, you can't be on this part. Like, you could be in this part. Like, you got to earn your shit to be there. I feel like,
But this has taken me in all kinds of directions. The first thing is, I don't know if you saw Dennis James's podcast, but Milos tore up Bob Ciccarelli for being
So I heard different. I didn't hear the whole thing, but I heard bits and pieces of them fighting.
Yeah. So basically, and I agree with Milos. Milos was trying to say that you took away the symmetry around, and that takes away a lot of strong points for a lot of guys that are more symmetrical.
Absolutely.
And that have size that could show their strength. And of course, Ciccarello was like, I just put in a request. I don't control it, so on and so forth. But Milos was literally like, no, you. He literally said, you. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, man. And then getting back to exactly what you said, I had Nate Spear on last night. Great interview. If you get a chance, take a look at it. The audio. What'd you think, John?
It was great. It was good.
I like Nate. I didn't hear the interview.
Yeah, his the only thing is the audio is fucked up because I didn't have my microphone turned on, so you hear an echo. But whatever, it is what it is. I fixed it when I got home because when I listened to him, I'm like, fuck. Anyway, the guy did a few years in jail for selling drugs. He was a complete drug addict. And what I mean by that, he was injecting heroin. He was at the worst of the worst. He was homeless. He was homeless. I mean, literally robbing people, in jail, selling drugs. It took him 3 times to rehab to quit. But that was one of the questions I asked. I said, why do you think so many people, because his story is not uncommon in bodybuilding, right? You have Antoine Valiant, who has a very similar story. You have Danny Broadhurst, which we had on last time. He has a very similar story. I interviewed Nicole Sullivan, who's now an IFBB Pro figure girl, who has a very similar story. And they get into bodybuilding, and Nate said basically it's the structure that we crave, and a goal, and the addiction of the gym replaces the former addiction, but it's more so the structure. Because you see it a lot. I don't know if Antoine Valiant actually turned pro and then had a drug problem and then cleaned up and came back. I don't know if you guys know that story.
Yeah.
I know that story.
Yeah, but it's common. It's really common. And even when Nicole was, and that's how I got Nate Spear on, is when I interviewed Nicole, she said that she was expediting at a show in Connecticut where Nate was guest posing, and he spoke to the crowd about it. And that basically inspired her to talk about it. And then when I spoke to her at Muscle Beach, your show, once again, she said she would like to come on and talk about it. I was like, yeah, no problem. And she now she's married. She's got a kid. She's in nursing school. She's an IFBB pro, and she's been 8 or 10 years clean.
Right.
So, I mean, listen, it's helping. So,
Yeah. That's kind of what happened to me.
I mean, I was a John. I don't know who's on your show. I don't know if you know who's on your show right now.
Yeah,
but both people,
yeah.
both people have similar. And you know my past, John, or some of it.
Yeah. Your name was all over Staten Island.
And that's just some of the shit that they thought I was doing.
Yeah, that was back in the 90s. It's just
that was early 2000.
Oh, it was early 2000s. Oh, okay. It's funny. It's like what's funny is ever since I started this podcast YouTube channel, the people that have helped me the most are federally prosecuted criminals, like Larry Mazza, who has gone out of his way to help me. He went to jail for murder for 12 years. He was a mafia guy in Brooklyn. John Elite let me come on a show to promote my show. He was with the Gaudis. He was in jail for 16 years. Jay, you helped me out tremendously, right? I mean, I can go down the list. I mean, and it's just unbelievable. I got more help from, I got family members that aren't subscribed to my channel. And I mean close family members. like cousins and, nieces and, and
well,
nephews.
guys that don't have a problem helping are usually guys that have hit bottom, have been there, and know what it's like. You know what I mean? I know guys, and I hate saying this because I don't want to sound, judgmental, but I know guys that just never really seem to hit a bump in the road.
Yeah.
And it shows, but it shows in their personality and the way they are towards other people, like they're spoon fed, like they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth.
Very entitled.
People I learned from and instances that I went through, I know what it's like to be in those dark fucking places, dude. I've been there. And the people that have been there for me were people you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, it's really strange how it works out, man. It really is.
Well, there's that saying, real recognizes real.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
It's true.
Yeah.
And even Rita Gigante came on my show, and she didn't, charge me anything. And well, they usually charge when you get to that level. They usually charge to come on your show.
They don't even give you a free OnlyFans subscription.
No, they don't. No, not at all. No. And she is the daughter of Vinny the Chin Gigante, who was the boss of the Genovese crime family, who was basically at one point like the most powerful mafia boss in the country, maybe in the world. And there's his daughter, and she came. We talked. We had one conversation, and she came on, and she goes, "Don't worry about it. You don't have to give me anything. I'll come on." And it was a fantastic interview.
Yeah. Get out of my store. I'm closed, dude. Okay.
Why don't you lock the door if you're closed?
I mean, I don't know. It's fucking 9:00 at night. The closed sign is the one that says closed.
Hey, lock that shit, dude.
Shit. All right. The only other bit of gossip I have is Iris Kyle threw out Milos.
Yeah, what was that about? That was in her gym, right?
Yeah, she has a powerhouse gym, I think, in Las Vegas. Her and Hide. And it sounds like Hide's really pussy whipped. That's what it sounds like.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Apparently they hired Milos to be a trainer at the gym. And I mean, everybody knows how Milos trains, right? He does the monsters. Was it the giant sets? The monsters.
Yeah, he did. What, he left some weight out or something? And
no, he had, according to Iris, he takes up too much equipment when he does the giant sets.
Right.
So she told him to leave. He can't be there anymore. Huh. But then Milos went on Dave Palumbo and told his side of the story. When he told his side of the story, it's like, okay. It kind of sounds a little. They wanted him because he trains a lot of big bodybuilders. So Logan Franklin, that's his name. Is that his name, John? The classic physique guy? I think it's Logan Franklin. And then also Regan Grimes. So, they would bring them there. And then but Iris would still charge them, even though they were pros and coming in, she would still charge them.
Really?
Yeah. And he's trained Hide for a very, very long time. And everybody knows how Milos works. I mean, if we know he does giant sets, everybody knows he does giant sets. And they got into some words, and she basically kicked him out. But then apparently Milos had a gym at one point years back, and she was training there, and they had gotten into an argument, and this is years ago, and Milos asked her to leave.
Oh.
So it seems like this was like retribution. Oh. Yeah. And he talked to Hide, and Hide really didn't do anything, according to him, according to what he was telling Dave Palumbo on RX Muscle.
Interesting.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I could kind of see both sides of the story, but you know how Milos works at the same time. Like, you know, he's all about giant sets.
Why did Milos throw Iris out?
I don't know. They didn't get into that. I'm not sure. Something, I don't know if it was with his wife or something. I don't know the whole story, you know. I should have had Danny on, because Danny's trainer is Milos. Danny from last time. Yeah. But other than that, I don't know. I'm calling Kuklo for the win in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
in shape, he'll walk away with it.
Yeah, definitely. But I think we're going to be surprised from Martin Fitzwater, Martin the Martian. I think
if he's working with
Branch and Brian Dobson
with that crew, they will make sure he's in
shape.
He's prepared.
Yeah, because I think Andrew Jack and Quentin Araya will do well. But Andrew Jack this is his first year pro. He turned pro at the Arnold Amateur,
right.
And they're both very tall. And I think they're both going to be in shape, and they have great symmetry and balance. But I just think
good lines.
Yeah, I just think they need to put on more muscle, because they're both over 6 foot tall. You know.
Yeah, but they might represent a more of a streamlined look that maybe is needed.
Yeah, that's true. And if that's the case, I would put Andrew Jack before doing better than Quentin Araya, because Andrew Jack, he's also very wide, and he has these wide shoulders, and even when he does the rear double bi, it's very, very detailed, you know, and he still has room to grow, you know. I mean, he's got flaring quads, and he's got all the parts. So I think in the future he's going to be like really, really scary.
It could be a test. It could be a test for what's to come.
Yeah.
We'll see how these new guys, fare out with this, with the rest of them. There's going to be a couple standouts.
Yeah.
But you don't know until they dial it in, and then they suck dry and they get on stage, you know. But there's going to be a few standouts, because the opportunity is there for somebody to really step up.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think it's going to be one of those shows where, like I said before, everybody's hungry. They're trainers, they're coaches, everybody's got skin in the game. People are looking to make a name for themselves. So I think this will be one of the better qualifying shows going into this year's Olympia.
And we're going to see how Kamal does, because he was chiseled. I mean, I don't know if he's going to make
He'll be in shape again, dude. He's a veteran, dude. He's seasoned. You know, so he's got that maturity. You know, even if he screws up a little bit, he could still pull a win off.
Yeah.
But you know, it's gonna be interesting.
All right, cool. John, give your store another plug, and then we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Inspire Nutrition, www.inspirenutrition.com. If you want to order something online. Inspire Nutrition on Instagram, right across the street from McGuire Air Force Base in Jersey. Stop up, shoot me a DM, whatever. I need customers.
I will make sure that your Instagram is in the description, so people could click. And of course, I Prevail subs, but you have saw the commercial before. Well, when it's all edited and up, the commercial will be on before, so people have seen it. When they see this, they'll see the commercial already. Right. Starring me, narrated by me. Really.
We got to work on that one.
Yeah.
I got a new content guy. I'm going to put together a commercial.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. It means mine's out.
We're going to bump you out, dude. We're bumping. What do you need? 15 second or 20 second? What is it?
I don't know. I don't know. If you really got one, just let me know. I'll fucking.
No, I'll have him make one. We'll do like a 15, 20-second one.
That's
Just with the
fine.
products and the website and shit like that.
You don't like mine?
My OnlyFans page, we'll get that out.
Cash App tag.
What?
Cash App tag, your Venmo tag.
Yeah, right. Cash App and Venmo, yeah.
You know, I didn't try OnlyFans. Let me rephrase that. I tried Patreon. It didn't work out like the way I wanted it.
What is
Patreon is like an OnlyFans, only it's not as recognized,
Doing feet stuff.
And I was interviewing. I was trying to interview OnlyFans girls, and then at the end of the interview, I had them take off their clothes, and then I would interview them, put the first half on YouTube, and the whole thing would be on Patreon. And I had like 4 or 5 different videos. And a couple of girls, got, took out their bosoms. And nobody fucking bought it. I was telling everybody, nobody wanted it. I was like, it was $5 a month. I was screaming at the guys at work, I'm like, you cheap bastard, it's $5 at work. I've known you for
inflation. Yeah, it's a tough time.
$5, man. And I was trying to come up with all kinds of things.
When it comes down to, they will line up to buy that shit.
Hold on. Did you see this? I don't know if you saw this. Okay. I was going to use this, but it never worked. So I was going to get an OnlyFans girl to do this, and I was going to spin it, right? And then like it would stop on something. And let's see. So this one stopped on ice cream titty. So I would have the OnlyFans girl or the porno girl or whoever put ice cream on her titties and then like lick it off and just,
Does that say titty farts?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that one's pretty simple. You just hold your titties up to your face and
Okay.
Like motorboat.
Yeah. But you had a chance to win $50. See?
Yeah.
You had a chance to win $25.
Yeah.
But what'd you say?
It's 5
takers.
Yeah, but there was no takers at all. But it is what it is. I had one jawbreakers. You got to fit as many jawbreakers in your mouth as possible. I actually, because I tried this, and this one is a blow up doll, and I was going to send them a blow up doll, and if it lands on that, they got to blow up the doll and finish the entire interview with the doll next to them.
Really?
Yeah, but I think the OnlyFans girls think that they discovered fire or something, and they're more special than they really are because nobody wanted to do it. And it wasn't like I was asking them to do it for free. I was telling you, I was a half hour. I'll give you $100, and then you got a chance to win fucking 25 and 50, or blow up doll. Didn't work.
I would have done it. I would have.
Thanks. So it didn't work out, but it is what it is. All right. Until next time, gentlemen.
All right.
Peace.
See ya.